Dear friend, I don't know where you're listening to me from today. Maybe it's your familiar kitchen, a quiet morning corner, or while sipping tea after breakfast. But if you're here with me, I have a feeling there's one quiet concern that's been on your mind lately: the health of your legs. You see, I've been a doctor for over 30 years, and there's one thing I've observed again and again in my patients over 60. They don't even realize when their legs began to weaken. It doesn't happen overnight. There's no loud pain, no dramatic fall. It arrives silently like an uninvited guest. One day you notice it takes you a little longer to rise from a chair. The next, you're reaching for the handrail after just a few stairs. And before long, you find yourself sitting more, moving less, because your legs just don't listen the way they used to. And naturally, you tell yourself, I guess that's just aging. I used to think the same. But you know what? In most cases, it's not just age. It's something far more common, yet often overlooked: a simple lack of vitamin D. Let me tell you a story about Walter, a retired veteran, tough as nails. Never one to complain. During a routine checkup, I noticed his gait was a bit off. When I asked, he shrugged it off. Probably just getting old, doc. The stairs are a bit harder lately. We ran a few tests, and the results showed a significant vitamin D deficiency. After just 6 weeks of changing his morning meals and getting a little sunlight each day, Walter came back and said something I'll never forget. Doc, I didn't know food could change how I walk. That's the thing, vitamin D isn't a miracle drug. It's not some fancy supplement in an expensive bottle. It might be sitting right there on your breakfast plate in a simple egg, a piece of salmon, a glass of milk, a slice of cheese you've stopped paying attention to. And these humble foods, they are the foundation that quietly supports your legs every single day. Because after 60, we don't need to run fast like we did at 30. What we need is to stand strong. Stand strong enough to visit the grandkids, to take a walk with your lifelong partner, to step into the car without fear of falling. To stand strong so you can stay independent, keep your dignity, and move through life on your own 2 feet. And if that strength can begin with just one good breakfast, then I believe that's something truly worth our attention. So today, I want to share with you 5 simple morning foods, each rich in vitamin D, that can help rebuild the foundation of your legs. Naturally, gently, without medication. In the next part, we'll explore: why is vitamin D so vital, and why are so many seniors over 60 deficient without even knowing it? Stick with me. Your legs will thank you one healthy breakfast at a time. You know, when we reach 60, 65, even 75, life no longer moves at the same pace. We're not rushing from place to place like we used to, but more than ever, we need a solid foundation to carry us gently through each day. And that foundation often begins with something most people forget: vitamin D. Let me paint a picture for you. Think of your body like a 3-story house. Your bones are the foundation, your muscles are the frame, and your nervous system, it's the wiring. Now, vitamin D. It's the switch that turns the whole system on. Without it, calcium can't reach your bones. Your muscles can't respond to signals from your brain. Your nerves, they slow down. And the result? You feel heavy in your legs. You lose balance. You trip over nothing. You struggle to rise from a chair. And yet, there's no pain to warn you. The tricky part is, vitamin D deficiency doesn't hit you like a lack of sleep or dehydration. It doesn't make you feel instantly tired. Instead, it creeps in, quietly, day by day. It hollows your bones without notice. It weakens your muscles, but you brush it off as just age. It slows your reflexes, and one day you miss a step and call it clumsy. I had a patient, Gloria, 68. Active, bright, loved tending her garden. She walked every morning. Then one day she called me and said, "Doctor, I don't know what's happening. My legs don't feel like mine anymore. I'm slower, and when I turn around, I lose balance." We ran some labs. And there it was, her vitamin D levels were almost half of what they should be. She didn't have severe osteoporosis. No joint pain, no neurological disease, just a simple deficiency. So we started small. She adjusted her breakfast routine. She stepped outside for 20 minutes of sunlight each morning. We added vitamin D3-rich foods, just a few changes. And after 6 weeks, she told me, I no longer have to grip the railing when I go down the porch steps. I feel like I've gotten a piece of myself back. That, my friend, is what I want you to understand. Vitamin D isn't just for your bones. It's the key to stronger bones, healthier muscles, sharper nerves, and most importantly, safe and steady movement in our later years. After 60, most of us avoid the sun more than we should. We worry about skin cancer, or we simply stay indoors more. On top of that, our digestion changes, making it harder to absorb vitamin D from food the way we used to. But here's the good news. You don't need to lie in the sun every day. You don't need a cabinet full of pills. You just need to begin with smart, simple breakfast choices. Foods rich in natural, absorbable vitamin D. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, just real food quietly supporting your legs one morning at a time. And in the next part, I'll walk you through 5 of the best foods for this. They're easy to find, gentle on the body, and they might just become your legs' new best friends. Let's explore them together. Dear friend, we've talked about why vitamin D matters. Now let's get to the practical part. The food. I'm not here to hand you a dry list and say, eat this and you'll be fine. I'm here to share stories with you about everyday foods that may seem ordinary, but turn out to be powerful medicine for your legs, quietly working behind the scenes. 1. Salmon. A silent strength for joints and bones. I call salmon the food of quiet power. Not only is it rich in vitamin D, it's also loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, the kind that reduce inflammation and protect the soft cartilage around your knees and ankles. Just one small serving, about 3 ounces the size of your palm, can provide over 500 IU of vitamin D. That's a big deal. I once encouraged a patient to have salmon 2 to 3 times a week, either for breakfast or a light lunch. A few weeks later, he came back and said with a smile, Doc, I don't think I need those joint pills anymore. A piece of salmon gives my legs all the strength they need. Grilled, pan-seared, or chilled on whole grain toast. 10 minutes in the kitchen and you've made a gift to your own legs. 2. Eggs. Small, but full of life. Remember those childhood breakfasts? Boiled eggs, sunny side up, or floating in a warm bowl of porridge. You might not know this, but egg yolks are one of the best natural sources of vitamin D. One egg has around 40-50 IU. Not a huge number, but if you eat them daily alongside other foods, it's a smart investment. Eggs also contain choline, a nutrient that protects your brain and motor nerves. In other words, they help your legs listen better when your brain tells them to move. The beauty of eggs. They're incredibly flexible. Boil them, fry them, steam them Japanese style, or crack one into your oatmeal and stir it in for a creamy, bone-loving start to your day. I often tell patients, if you don't know what to eat, start with an egg. 3. Beef liver, the forgotten treasure. I know. Liver might surprise you. It's not trendy. Some shy away due to its taste or cholesterol concerns. But beef liver is a vitamin powerhouse, and it's something I regularly recommend to older adults. A small 100-gram serving can provide 40-50% of your daily vitamin D needs plus B12, iron, and zinc, which are critical for muscles and nerve function. I cared for an old army cook once. He told me, back then, soldiers stayed strong because we ate simple but right. And every week, like clockwork, there was liver on the menu. Not a lot, but always there. You don't need to eat it daily. Once or twice a week is plenty. Pan-fry it with onions or simmer with vegetables, and it becomes both a nostalgic dish and a foundation for steadier legs today. 4. Cheese. Small slice. Smart choice. If you love a European-style breakfast, a slice of rye bread, a piece of cheese, and a light coffee, Here's some good news. Cheese especially, Swiss cheddar and Monterey Jack contains natural vitamin D. Just one 30-degree serving can give you 1030 IU. Not much on its own, but when paired with eggs, salmon or milk, your vitamin D intake adds up quickly. The best part, cheese is easy. No cooking needed. Cube it into scrambled eggs, sprinkle it on a salad, or enjoy it solo on a busy morning. I once told a patient who often skipped breakfast, one slice of bread, one slice of cheese, and it's your way of saying to your bones, I haven't forgotten you. 5. Fortified milk. Simple but long-lasting. This is the food I recommend most to older patients living alone with unpredictable eating habits or no desire to cook vitamin D fortified milk. In the US, most cow's milk is fortified, offering around 100 IU of vitamin D per 8-ounce cup. Many plant-based milks, almond, soy, oat, are also enriched with D3. What I love most about this option is its absorption, especially for seniors with sensitive digestion. I had a 72-year-old patient living solo who told me, I don't cook much anymore, but I make myself a glass of milk each morning, add some oats, and I'm good until noon. You can even turn it into a breakfast smoothie. Milk plus banana, plus oats, plus flaxseed. That's easy to drink, nourishing for your bones, muscles, and even your heart. Now let me say this, these 5 foods, they're not exotic superfoods. They're simple, familiar items you'll find at your neighborhood store or maybe already in your fridge. The key isn't eating all of them every day. It's choosing 1 or 2 that you love and enjoying them each morning like a quiet ritual to honor your body. Start Monday with eggs and milk, Tuesday cheese and fruit, Wednesday maybe a slice of leftover salmon, Thursday a bowl of tender liver stew, and on Sunday, treat yourself to a smoothie. And always remember, it's not just about what you eat each morning. It's about eating with the intention to rebuild the foundation beneath you. Strong legs, steady heart, healthy bones, longer strides, and a new day begun with purpose, not passivity. Dear friend, if you've stayed with me this far, I believe you don't just want to be healthy. You want to take ownership of your health. And that, I believe, is one of the most powerful things we can do for ourselves, especially after 60. Now don't worry, I'm not here to ask you to change your entire diet, follow strict rules, or memorize long names of supplements. All I want is for you to begin gently with the smallest moment of the day breakfast. Just 1 egg in the morning, a slice of salmon once or twice a week, a warm glass of milk while reading the paper, a little cheese sprinkled on your omelette, or a comforting bowl of liver stew on Sundays. That's not some textbook version of healthy eating. That's what I call nourishing your legs with love. People often ask me, Doctor, is that really enough? Don't. I need to take a D3 supplement. I usually smile and say, food is your foundation. If you eat well and spend a little time in the morning sun, you may not need anything more. Of course, there are cases where supplementation is necessary, especially when someone is severely deficient or has absorption issues. But please don't start with pills until you've started with your plate, because no supplement can replace the feeling of cooking a piece of salmon for yourself. No capsule tastes like a warm cup of milk made with care. There's something powerful about preparing your own food with intention. And here's something else I want you to remember. Vitamin D doesn't work alone. It needs healthy fats to be absorbed like olive oil, avocado, or nuts. It needs vitamin K2 to guide calcium to your bones, not your arteries. And most of all, it needs movement. There's nothing better for your bones than simply walking. Not 10,000 steps. Just get up once every hour, walk around the garden, step onto your porch. And if you can let the soft morning sunlight touch your skin for just 15 to 20 minutes, that's how you activate your natural vitamin D, free and wonderfully effective. I once told a patient, and today I want to tell you, after 60 we don't need to live like we're 30. But we deserve to live with purpose, with confidence, and with legs strong enough to take us anywhere we want to go. And if all of that can begin with one simple breakfast, then why not start tomorrow morning? In the final part, I'll leave you with a few quiet thoughts. Gentle reminders to help you continue this journey of caring for yourself with intention, love, and grace. Dear friend, we've just taken a small journey together, but I hope it's been a meaningful one. From salmon to eggs, milk beef liver, and a simple slice of cheese. None of these are flashy. They don't come with big labels or fancy ads. And yet they all share one thing in common: they know how to restore. And that, I believe, is exactly what every older adult truly needs. Not youth, but recovery. Not speed, but stability. Not to run faster, but to stand steady, step by step, day by day. I once told a patient, and today I'd like to tell you the same: turning 60 isn't about chasing the legs we had at 30s. It's about building a new, steady foundation for the most mature and meaningful years of life. I've met people in their 70s still climbing mountains, and I've seen others just 62 bound to a wheelchair. The difference, it wasn't age. It was intention. You choose to eat a better breakfast. You choose to step outside for 15 minutes of sunlight. You choose to get up and walk around the house instead of sitting on the sofa all day. They may seem like small choices, but together they save your legs. I don't know where you live. Maybe a quiet town in the Midwest or a small apartment in a big city. But no matter where you are, I believe this: you can choose. You can choose foods that support your bones. You can choose a lifestyle that lightens the burden on your legs. You can choose to start your day with confidence instead of fear of falling. And if you're still unsure, let me offer you this picture. It's a regular morning. You rise from your chair steadily. You walk into the kitchen. You pour yourself a glass of milk. You crack an egg into a pan and listen to it sizzle. No one helps you. No one worries. You stand tall. You move freely. That moment of freedom, that's worth more than any prescription I could write. And before we close, I'd like to ask, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. That tells me you're out there listening and walking this journey with me. Share it with someone who may need just a little nudge. A gentle reminder that stronger legs might start with a softer morning. And if you've been through something similar, weak legs, trouble standing, loss of balance, leave a comment below. Even a few words could become a light for someone facing the same struggle. Thank you for spending your time with me today. And I hope to see you again on another quiet morning with steadier legs, a lighter heart, and a spirit filled with purpose. Because living well doesn't begin with a pill. It begins with tomorrow's breakfast.